Hey friends, you're watching Defense Info, one stop solution for all your defense need. So friends, today I'll going to discuss in this video about PSB Kolkata, my personal experience of previous CGCAT entry cycle. So the CGCAT is an officer cadet entry by which you can join the Indian Coast Guard as an assistant commandant. And friends, by clearing the CGCAT written examination, your gateway to the PSB open up. So PSB is the second testing followed the complete cycle of the CGCAT. So first being the written examination, followed by second stage, that is PSB. So in this PSB, generally filtration take place. Okay, so filtration take place by a testing which is known as the screening test. Okay, so here you will be got to with two testing, and by the result of the two testing, around a specific candidate go for the next stage of the testing. Okay, so here we're going to discuss about the documentation and biometric that will going to take place at the PSB Kolkata is concerned, do and don'ts, the GD, story, narration, and the OIR also known as CCBT, that is Computerized Cognitive Battery Test. And I will also discuss about the my screen out from the same board and getting recommended from the same board. Okay, so in this video I'm going to decode each and everything. So let me tell you, PSB Kolkata is located at New Town, Kolkata. You can reach by metro as well as you can reach by bus. Okay, by taking both the medium from the respective known railway station, that is Howrah or the Shialda. Now talking about friends, the day before of my PSB Kolkata, so I got a fever friends a day before. So I was in no mood of giving PSB because I was suffering from a viral fever. So I was not even sure that I will get no, I will able to clear it or not, because I was previously rejected from the same board. And the reason of my rejection from the same board I will discuss. And that day somehow I make it okay, that I have to go. I should not give up being an aspirant. And though I was feeling sleepy because I didn't get that much amount of sleep, because I was suffering from a lot of headache. Okay, now talking about friends, the next day I took medicine and I went to PSB testing. Okay, I reached there by bus, and I reached 1 hour before the reporting time. So there were two reporting time, 8 a.m. in the morning and thereby 10 a.m. Okay, after 2 hours. So we got I got the second slot. So I reached 1 hour before the reporting time, and then our group was taken to the second floor of the building. You can see the second floor of the building. Okay, so this PSB Kolkata is near to the Greenhouse Tribunal. Okay, and it is also near to the wax museum. Okay, so when we are taken to the second floor of the building, basic documentation took place. So there was an auditorium, you can say, or a big hall room in the second floor, and it was full air conditioned. And thereby we had a full documentation, not a full documentation took place after we got screen in. But for every candidate, initial documentation took place. So basic documentation was your admit card, your Aadhaar card, and I think the 10th mark sheet. Okay, so in the 10th mark sheet, whatever name your father name is been given, the same name should reciprocate in your admit card as well. Thereby a biometric will take place, and the same admit card will be signed by an officer of rank of a deputy commandant, and he will ask some question, okay, for cross verification. And thereby you will be sit in a column or a row wise in chairs. And after all candidate got their document done, then they will provide you the chest number. So total 72 candidates were called in this testing, and total reported and those who have completed the documentation were 58. So 58 chest numbers were given, and it was not given on the base of your date of birth, or your uh, date of birth, or you can say your name. Okay, in a ascending or descending order, it was given randomly. Okay, so it was computer generated. So one more thing friend, before you come to the PSB Kolkata, so have your breakfast, okay, beforehand, because there won't be any breakfast will be served. Okay, so you have to manage your own. And also you will be able to do your lunch after the test gets over. So nothing will be provided apart from water and washroom as concerned. Okay, so now talking about friends, the CCBT, that is Computerized Cognitive Battery Test. As I told you, I got screen out in the same board, and the main reason of getting screen out was poor performance in the CCBT. So CCBT is the most important one as concerned for the Kolkata board. So let me tell you, there are 80 question which is split into 7 different sections. Okay, the last section will be of having 20 questions. Okay, so here, unlike the OIR in the Army, Navy, Air Force board, where a complete time is being provided for doing the entire thing, but here each section has their sectional timing. Okay, even sometime the each question, okay, for each round they have separate, each question have separate timing. Some question will be given 45 seconds, some will be given 1 minute, and there are few question which where you will only get 5 to 10 second. Okay, specifically the last one you will get 5 to 5 second. You have to just, just have to see the alphabet or the number, and you have to just write, take it that too in the OMR sheet. So OMR sheet will be provided to bubble the answers. Okay, so in the CCBT round, I attempted all the 80 question, and there are 6 to 7 question which I've randomly, marked. And I will also discuss where most of the people lacked in the CCBT and what solution I have given to you. That will be, I will discuss in the next slide. So beforehand, let me tell you friends, a picture was shown to us in the PPDT, that is picture perception and discussion test. So in that picture, there were total 9 character, 2 female character were front, and a girl was giving a celebration cake to another girl. So based on everything, I was given a chest number 24. Okay, so after we have completed our CCBT and PPDT, okay, so thereby we were taken to the next adjacent room, okay, connected to the where the entire test was conducted. So the where the test was conducted, there was a screen of 72-inch LED screen. Okay, there the slides were shown and followed by the your picture perception. And based on that particular classroom, there was an adjacent room, okay, of same length and breadth and height as concerned. There was adjacent room where a semi arc way the chair was, like being arranged. There the group discussion and narration took place. So I will discuss in brief. So before that friends, let me tell you about the word formation in the CCBT ICG. So this is the most important and the trickiest among all, because here nobody knows, everybody do guesswork. Okay, so here I lagged because this is the most important one, let me tell you. So I've arranged all the your words, okay, which are being repeated, and as it is things which have came in the CCBT. So I've arranged everything. Okay, and of course it is not done by me, it was collective effort of lot of aspirants. Okay, so these words, so here what happened, word formation, suppose texture word is been given, and they will tell you how many 3-letter word, okay, can be formed. Okay, suppose texture word, how many 3-letter words can be formed by using all or some of the alphabets, okay, in the texture, non repetitive. You can't repeat the thing again, the alphabet. In case there are 2T, you can repeat 2T, but you can't repeat the same. Like suppose there is only one X is been given, you can't repeat the X again. Okay, so how many 3 letters word can be formed, how many 4 letters word can be formed, how many 5 letters word can be formed. So this is very difficult to, arrange all those things in a very short span of time, because around very less time being provided for this thing. Okay, so many people generally use their guesswork to tackle this, because 6 options is being provided. Okay, so 6 options, you don't know which option will be correct. Okay, so beforehand if you mugged it up, that will definitely going to help you out, okay, to tackle this testing, because it is one of the most important one, and most of the people because of the guesswork they do wrong here. Okay, now talking about friends, the next one, the most important one, as I've discussed, that when everybody finish up the testing, uh, first the CCBT was conducted, then the PPDT was conducted, and within 15 minutes, okay, uh, everything was done. Okay, like the CCBT, and within 15 minutes they conducted PPDT, everything. So in the PPDT, a picture was shown. Okay, a picture was shown, and 30 seconds were provided to perceive the picture, 1 minute to write down the action, and 4 minutes to write the entire story. So remember friends, they told you, they will going to tell you about each and everything in very detailed instruction, that you have to write a story around the picture, not to describe the picture. Okay. And the most important one I would say, ki, which many people do wrong, they generally not able to perceive the picture properly. So it's very important 30-second time to take it, perceive each and element properly. And there is a rectangular box, okay? In that box you have to figuratively write where, in which position the characters was there, and you have to circle the main character, the main hero of the story, okay? And after that you have to write an action. So based on that, everybody did it, and we were told to go to the next room by an order. So first chess number 1 to 15 will go, then 16 to 30 will go, and so on. So there are total 4 groups per form, okay? So last group was 13 and rest was 15 each. So first group went, and within 15 minutes their testing was over. Then the next we went from 16 to 30. So let me tell you one more thing friends. They just once their testing is over, by group wise they are declaring the result, okay? So our when the first group finished it up, second group went inside the next adjacent room where testing took place, where we were told to narrate the story what we have written, okay? And they also told that when the last person will finish up the story, the group discussion will automatically initiate. So what happened, each and every student will get 1 minute to narrate down the story. They told us to be very crisp, to the point, and don't describe the picture. Write whatever story that you have perceived, just narrate the story. In case if you not able to finish up the story in your paper, you can narrate it, okay? You can add on and narrate it and complete the story, okay? Now what happened, that finally so 8 people finish up their narration. So most of them fumbled, they were not confident, some of them described the picture, okay? So my chess number 24 came after 8 people finished it up from 16 to 23. Then when my chess number came, I narrated fluidly, I was confident, but yes, in a while I fumble a bit. Then the assessor said then assessor said next, okay? Next chess number. So he stopped me and said next. So in that case I got some kind of I got stressed that might be my performance is not good, but it was not, because assessor told us before, in case if I able to grasp the story that you are narrating, okay, then I will say next. So next doesn't mean that you will get rejected. Next mean that they understood your story, or maybe you're taking a lot of time, okay? Your time has been exceed after like of 1 minute foundation, okay? So what happened, when I finish when the next when the assessor said next, the next person started finishing up the story. Then when the last person finished up the story, suddenly what happened, the group discussion initiated, which actually the rule, but the group discussion started in a way that it became very fishy, and there was a commotion, and nobody able to hear what everybody was telling, okay? So there were the assessor, the one of the assessor who was in the sitting in the middle, and he told to stop the discussion because he not able to hear it. The first discussion when we started with 15 group, nobody able to grasp the point because everybody speaking their point, okay? So in that way, because it was a fish market, so I decided to stay quiet. So I didn't participate in the fish market. So what happened, the assessor did one more thing. They splitted the group into two part. So first being 8 and then the 7, okay, members. So split it into two parts. So first 8 they have discussed the story. In that also commotion take place, and then the 7 member took place. In that way, when our splitting took place, I able to throw one more point. That is effectively I throw 1 point, but again I was interpreted by the other candidate, okay? So in that way I was able to give only 1 point in the discussion. Now the assessor provided us one extra opportunity, an additional 30 seconds, so that we can discuss the entire story in the discussion, because he was not able to get the what is the discussion or what is the story that we all about. That by mercy of the god, I by mercy of god, I cooked my story in the final group discussion, which like the assessor give us the permission. And I quickly, like when he said start, I said quickly forwarded two essential point. First being to make the character of age around 25, so that he can deal the things maturely and experience. Secondly, I said to make the story revolves around the celebration of a senior placement, because most of the stories which perceived by the candidate is based on one common idea, that is celebration. Okay, so I said it's better to make it with a common idea of celebration. Okay, so as entire group was silently listened to my point, those 2 points. Okay, so as I have not participated, but in that way I given two, I throw 2 point and everybody was listening. Okay, so in that way I draw the attention of the entire group. And finally, when the time was stopped, the assessor tell us to nominate someone from our group. So one of the members supported me, and soon everybody agreed on it. The assessor asked me to narrate the common story in 10 seconds by sitting on the chair, only by 10 seconds. Okay, so yes, it was challenging for me, but I said ki friends, after hearing from all you guys, I got a fair idea about the story, and our group story is as follow. So I said Kavita organized a celebration party with her friends for a senior on getting a placement in a reputed company as a token of love. So in a one line I completed the entire story, because only 10 seconds were provided. And after finishing the group narration, as I was a common group narration, I finish it up. The assessor asked whether everyone agreed on the story which I have narrated or not. Okay, so finally finally, as soon as the group discussion and everything was done, like I give the narration. Okay, and like when he again asked the entire group, okay, whether everyone agree or not. Okay, then like somewhere like I was also get state of whether I have put forward all the points that been discussed, because nothing to discuss, only 10 seconds were given to narrate the common story. Okay, so what happened? Everybody told that yes, we agree. So everybody agreed on it. So assessor also said, okay, I also agree. Okay. Then we were told to go from that doorway, and as soon as we go from the doorway, and we were again told to go to that hall room, that where we have done the initial documentation. So within 5 minutes, an admin officer came. Okay, and they started declaring the results. So first chest number, they said key that whoever chest number I will call, just tell me the roll number and the name. Okay, so first chest number was declared, my chest number, that is 24. And I just stand up and told my roll number and name, and followed by chest number 26 and 28. So total 3 members from our group got a screen in out of 15. So they cleared the PSB round, and they got recommended for the PSB Kolkata for the CGCAT entry. And according to my personal experience, I would say, because I have done well previously also in the group discussion or the narration as well. But this time, what happened? One, luck. Always, you say na, luck also plays a very important role in screening. So by luck, I got an opportunity to narrate the common group story, and by luck, I got an opportunity to throw 2 points where everybody attentively listened. Okay, and also I got a luck that the assessor allow us to do they give three opportunity. Generally happened that they give one opportunity and there is a fish market, then they tell you to go out. Okay, or maybe they split the group, then tell you okay, go out. Okay, so they got a third opportunity, and the third opportunity I make the point. And this time CCBT also took place. I did well. Narration part, I would say I was fumble a bit, but I narrated well. And group discussion and also the common group narration, I did it within 30 seconds of time frame. So my personal experience has concerned, I would rank CCBT in the top, because this is the most important one, irrespective of the other thing you do. Because I have seen candidate who have done well in the CCBT and moderate in the other testing got screen in. So CCBT around takes place around 60 to 70% of the total weightage. Okay, now talking about friends, recommendation from the PSB board. If you get recommended, you when you log into the site, okay, so you will get to know that you got congratulations, you got qualified for the final selection board, that is the stage 3 of the testing. So in that total 10 members, okay, out of 58 got screened in that particular batch. And that result were declared in 1:30 p.m. Okay, so within 2-3 hours they have concluded everything. And those who got screened out, they got an opportunity to have a lunch. And those who got screened in, they have to do further documentation, where they have made two file of each, like two Xerox copy, two different file based on PIQ, and also that your that two different, like you have to take Xerox copy of each. Okay. So not a complete PIQ, there are element of PIQ, like how many attempts, how many previous SSB that was the been written on it. Actual PIQ will going to fill in the FSB round. So one file was retained in the PSB, and other file they send it to the FSB Noida. And one more thing, friend, their Xerox machine are also being provided in the same area. So in case if you have less Xerox, you can take it for free from that Xerox. I don't know whether this facility will be provided, but again, but that thing was provided that time, and I think it will be retained as soon as concerned. They have fast tracked the process well. Yes, after recommendation it will take 1 or 2 hour again more in the documentation, because you have to arrange files, you have to further they will further do your admit card biometric again one more time. Okay, and some signature will take place where they will give a stamp that you are approved for the next round of testing. So this way everything will be concluded, and by 3:30 we'll able to do the lunch. Okay, so this was my experience in the PSB Kolkata. So those who are going to give the PSB this time for this current cycle, as you know, the dates are being out. So for them, congratulations, and do well in your PSB testing. Practice CCBT the most, because they will going to tell you the same thing those who got rejected. Practice, practice, practice. So this practice will help you to clear the PSB round. So friends, in case if you have any query to share, you can say it on our email ID. And like this video, share this video among your friends and fellow defense aspirant. Subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon below. Friends, meet you very soon with a new video.